Hello, first graders. This is Mrs. Baker, and it's time for our reading lesson today. And as you can see from our first slide, we love Mo Willems. We have been reading Mo Willems' book, and I loved this picture of our author and illustrator, Mo, who we have been studying. We were studying the last week before Thanksgiving, actually. We studied his work, and we read 5 different books, or at least 4 different books. Some classes maybe read 5, but we read Nuffle Bunny, and then we read Nuffle Bunny 2. We read the Elephant and Piggy books, I Am Invited to a Party, and Elephants Cannot Dance. And some classes may have even gotten to read the Pigeon book, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. First grade teachers know that Mo Willems is one of the most popular authors that we read in first grade. Kids absolutely love his books, and we thought about why his books are so popular with kids. So let's go on to the next slide. We looked at lots of the things that Mo Willems does to make his books so fascinating for little kids, and we learned that Mo uses photographs and cartoon drawings along with each other to create special illustrations. So the backgrounds are actually black and white photographs, and then he draws his characters with cartoons. We also noticed that Mo uses a lot of quote bubbles to tell his stories, and a lot of times the characters are shouting or talking really quietly in their quote bubbles, and they're saying lots of different things that help keep us entertained, and they make it sort of easier for us to read and for us to understand who is actually talking in the story. We also notice that Mo creates characters that just make us laugh, and here we can see a scene from an Elephant and Piggy book where Elephant and Piggy are cracking up and laughing themselves. Okay, so today you're going to have a writing assignment about Mo Willems' books. But before we get to that, let's take a look at this last slide. I want you to think about which one is your favorite. You're going to need to pick a favorite Mo Willems book in order to do this writing assignment. I gathered together a collection of books from my classroom and from the library. Some of them are books that we have read in school. Some of them are books that you have probably read during your independent reading or your book bin time. Some of them may have been books that you have read in kindergarten, and I know many of the students in my class talked about how many Mo Willems books they have at their house. They're lucky to own some of those in their own home collection. So think about it. Which one is your favorite? Do you like one of the Elephant and Piggy books? Or are the Pigeon books your favorite? Or maybe you like some of the different books that aren't really part of a series. I know in my classroom we read Leonardo the Terrible Monster, and I know some of the other first grade teachers read that one as well. I haven't had a chance to read City Dog Country Frog with my kids yet, but I plan to get to that one soon. All right, maybe one of your favorites is one of the ones that we did in this text set as we were studying Mo Willems the last week that you were in school. Pick one that is your favorite. Right now, I'd like you to pause the video and turn and talk. You're just going to tell the person that is your learning partner what book that Mo Willems wrote that you really liked the best. If you don't have any that you've read by yourself, you at least have these 4 that you listened to and discussed with the children in your class. So pause the video now and pick one book. Okay, so now that you have your favorite choice, you're going to take this paper out of your off-site learning folder. And on this paper, there is a place, first of all, for your name. And there is a place where you're going to write your favorite Mo Willems book. There is a place where you're going to draw a picture of yourself. And we used a quote bubble because we know that that's one of Mo's favorite techniques for telling stories and for getting information to readers. So we're going to borrow that technique, and you're going to do your own quote bubble. And then here is some handwriting paper where you're going to be doing some writing. So let's take a look at my example. Here is my example. You can see that I wrote my name on the line, Mrs. Baker. I drew a picture of myself right here, and my quote bubble says, my favorite Mo Willems book is Nuffle Bunny Free. Knuffle Bunny Free is the third book in the Knuffle Bunny series. I know that some of the teachers were able to get to that Knuffle Bunny book. If you didn't get to it, I'm going to be able to tell you a little bit about it when I give you my reasons why I love this book. So let's take a look at the next slide so you can hear those reasons. I wrote my 3 reasons in complete sentences. Notice that I numbered my reasons. Here's number 1, number 2, and number 3. And then I wrote a complete sentence. I started with a capital letter. I ended each sentence with a period because we know that that's what we've been working on and that's what good writers do. Let me share some of my reasons and I'll tell you a little bit about why I love the third book about Knuffle Bunny and Trixie. All right. I loved meeting Trixie's grandma and grandpa, and that is my first reason. She calls them Oma and Opa, and they live in Holland, and I don't know anybody that lives in Holland, so I thought that was a really interesting thing about Trixie and her family, and I loved that Mo Willems included that in the book. My reason number 2, I wrote, I love the giant quote bubble that said Knuffle Bunny in all capital giant letters when Trixie finally found him. In this book, in case you've never heard it, Trixie loses Knuffle Bunny again, and I know that all of you know that Trixie lost Knuffle Bunny in the washing machine at the laundromat in the first Knuffle Bunny book. Well, guess what? She loses Knuffle Bunny for a third time. Remember that second book when her Knuffle Bunny got mixed up with Sonia from her class when the teacher took the Knuffle Bunnies away and she had the wrong Knuffle Bunny? Well, here we are in the third book and she loses Knuffle Bunny on the airplane on the way to Holland to go see her grandma and grandpa. And when she finally finds him on the airplane ride on the way back, she screams as loud as she can with excitement and happiness, Knuffle Bunny. Mo Willems showed me that in this giant quote bubble. My third reason why I love Knuffle Bunny Free is that I love how happy the baby looks when Trixie lets him keep Knuffle Bunny. If you've never read this book, I'm going to spoil the ending for you. I'm sorry about that. But the ending of this book is so sweet, and it shows that Trixie is such a kind girl, and it also shows that she's really growing up. When they are on the plane on the way home from Holland, and Trixie finds Knuffle Bunny stuffed in one of the pockets of the seat of the plane, she is so happy to find him. But then on the ride home, a baby a few seats back keeps crying and crying and crying, and everyone on the plane is hearing this baby cry, and Trixie does one of the most selfless things. She does the sweetest thing when she gives her Knuffle Bunny to the little baby to cheer him up and give him something to play with, and that is something that she gives this little baby for keeps. She gives her favorite toy away to someone else that she just met on an airplane. I thought that was a really special ending. Okay, so now you've seen my example. It's going to be time for you to get your writing paper out and go ahead. You might need to look at one of the books again if you have one at home, or you're going to need to look at the cover again and think about the things that we talked about in school and some of the things that you love about Mo Willems' books. Hopefully this video has helped you to remember all those things that we talked about loving. All right, good luck with this assignment. As always, do your best work, and when you're done, pack it neatly in your off-site learning folder so that you can bring it back to school on your next school day. Good luck, everybody.